One thing I'm not sure people understand is that thinking is dissociating from being, right? That thinking is the ultimate form of dissociation from existing, from feeling, from simply being, right? That when we start thinking about things, we pull ourselves out of the business of living. That to think about something is to be in the past or in the future. That thinking exists outside of the present because the minute we're thinking about something, we're not actually experiencing life. And so part of meditation of what they're trying to do is slow the mind so that we can be completely present, right? I don't look at meditation as something we do where we kind of sit in a certain posture and try to remain still. It's actually a specific engagement of life. The form of meditation as we know it, of sitting and kind of breathing and all of that, is the vehicle to the way that we're going to live. And so it's about bringing us into the present, bringing us into our feelings, and bringing us back into the body. I mean, a lot of CPTSD and all of the constant ruminating and thoughts and all of these things is a dissociation from feeling too much, from an overload of feelings that we're not made space for within our lives. And so we dissociate from the body into the mind. And part of the healing is dropping back out of the mind and into the body. The only problem is, I think once we do that, we're left with all of these feelings of fear and sadness and all of the dark negative emotions that drove us out of our body and into our mind. And so it's not about like learning to feel joy. It's not about learning to feel happiness. That comes later. It's about learning to feel all of the things that drove us into our mind, that drove us into the intellectualization of our trauma instead of the feelings of our trauma, right? The trauma is largely, at least CPTSD, about the repression of the authentic self. Somebody asked what the authentic self is. It's just what's actually going on inside of us, what we're actually feeling. The authentic self is a nervous system free to be exactly as it is in any moment, feeling what we're feeling as we're feeling it and letting it go, moving through the stages of existence without thinking too much about it. Trauma is largely about thoughts and our nervous system, thoughts and feelings, right? But it's like, which came first, the feelings or the thoughts? Do we think our way into feelings or do we feel our way into thoughts? And here's a hint, it's both. And so if you do anything today, try to drop into your mind, try to drop into your body rather, try to see all of this thinking as needless energy, that our mind creates thoughts the same way our stomach digests food. And the wisdom is in not following any of the thoughts too much, is in taming our mind. My dad Swami used to say the mind is like a disobedient dog, and when it wanders you yank on its leash, and the leash is the breath, returning to the breath, returning to the conscious awareness of the life function, which is not thinking. Thinking doesn't actually sustain life. Thinking sustains neurosis.